Benji, this dude trying to get in contact with your mom. I need you to go by the house. Call me back as soon as you get this message.
You gotta call me. I think you might have lost your mom.
Don't just call me and tell me that Mom June just had a heart attack. Trying to get in contact with your mom. I need you to go by the house and try to reach you, but try to get in contact with everybody.
So we had such a breakthrough today. Mommy, they just took her off the ventilator. She's breathing on her own. Mom, you're doing so good. You look great. We've had the word going with Gloria Copeland right there. And so they just took her off. So tell them what you were just saying.
That I have never extubated someone that fast after rewarming. She looks incredible.
We are live from St. Thomas Hospital. My name is Benji Tankard, also known as DJ Benji Rich. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Surviving Fatherhood. My grandmother is actually in the hospital. Yeah, this past week she actually stopped responding when she was at home with my grandfather, and he just happened to wake up and had to give her CPR, and she still wasn't responding. So he called 911, and they actually came. And the defibrillators actually brought her back to life, but thank God that she's alive. But this is truly a miracle. But when everything was going on, of course I wasn't able to record anything, or wasn't nobody able to record nothing, because wasn't nobody worried about recording nothing. But with this being a miracle and my grandmother still being in the hospital, we wanted to put a little video together to kind of show people that miracles really do happen, and prayer does work. And being a God-fearing person and being in agreement with your counterparts with situations that are going on can really help get you through something. So we're actually in the waiting room. We're actually in the lobby waiting on my granddad to come down so we can come up and have a talk with them. And also my auntie Janetta and my mom will give you their side of how they felt during the situation. And I just thank God that we were able to get through the situation. My grandmother's alive. She's not dead. She's talking. She's walking. She got some more areas to get better in. You know, she's kind of lightheaded. But the fact that she's alive and she had no oxygen is amazing. So it's amazing. So just follow me along. Stay tuned. And I'll let my granddad tell you what happened. What happened that night?
Well, I was sleeping and I heard a grunt like noise, and it was coming from her. And I looked over to her and she was kind of raising up out of the chair a little. And I thought she was just dreaming, but she kept doing it. So I called her and I yelled out her name louder, and she did not respond. So I immediately got up and went over and tapped on her, and she did not respond. And I looked at her, and her eyes were open, and her mouth was open, and I knew something was wrong. And I kept calling and saying, you know, come on, honey, wake up. And so I immediately called 911. They told me to start chest compressions and do not stop until the ambulance get to my resident, and do not hang up. They'll work it. Because I was a nervous wreck. And immediately I started praying and asked God to spare her and to bring her back and to let her start breathing. And it was very frightening. It's something that you won't wish on your worst enemy, because it's very nerve-wracking. There's someone you love, and in particularly with you, you've been married 54 years. I just couldn't picture going on without her, and so I just kept doing the compressions. And I could hear the emergency vehicles as they turned on my street, because they had the sirens on. And I didn't stop until they got to my front door. And when they came in, they took over. And just praying, you know. And I feel my prayers, God answered my prayers. And you see her sitting here now. And So I just feel so grateful. I'm so thankful to God. It really was God who did it all. And I mean, you read about miracles in the Bible, but it's another thing witnessing. And this is definitely a miracle. And we definitely give God all the glory for it. And we'll, for the rest of our lives. You know, I knew I had to do all this for you because I couldn't even picture. I would all rather have died first, you know. Then I just can't see me living my life without her in it after 54 years. You know?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay,
So like.
They don't make them like this no more. See, it's a rare breed right here. Just understand this.
No, I mean, and I knew, you know, I was crying out to God that I need her daughters need her grandkids need her.
Hallelujah.
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 God
Thank
you, Jesus.
Performed a miracle for our
He gave us a
mother.
miracle.
We're in
Mercy.
ICU. She was unconscious. She stopped breathing, but God. My dad did CPR. But right
Yes.
now, she
Yes.
woke up and she recognizes all of
Yes.
us. Praise be to
And
God.
can lift her hands and her feet
Yes.
and recognizes all of
Thank
And
us.
they
Jesus.
said they've never seen anybody in
Yeah, in
16 years
16 years.
recover so rapidly.
Recover so fast.
Yes, yes.
God.
Let's give Daddy a
Her
kiss.
prayer.
Give Daddy a kiss.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Abraham, you did it.
This was literally the epitome of walk by faith, not by sight. Literally. So that's what we wanted to just take a moment to capture when you're in the midst of, and when you see God do a miracle of what that actually looks like. I get a voicemail that my mom, we've lost my mom. That's where it
From my
started for me.
dad.
From my dad. And I went to use the bathroom. All I get is a voicemail. You know, I just look, I saw you call me, I saw Benji called me, I saw Dad was calling, I saw all these calls. It's like 1, 2 in the morning. So I said, let me check my voicemail. I get up to use the bathroom, and all I hear is, Janetta, I think we've lost your mom. Like, I remember I heard the voicemail and I dropped to the ground and started crying. And then my husband was like, what's going on? So we had that initial, just that impact of it just hitting you out of nowhere.
Yeah, because mom was just fine.
Mom was fine. Mom was healthy. Everything's good. There were no issues, nothing.
No indicators.
How did you find out?
I found out because Dad himself.
Okay, so you got to talk to Dad.
And I remember when I first heard it, it might have been like maybe midnight, 12:30, and my stomach.
So once I found out she was still here, I went from sorrow to faith activation. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm like, oh, she's still here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So then I had to shift. First of all, again, initially she's gone. Shift from that to say, okay, now my faith is activated because I got something here to work with.
Exactly.
So I had to get out of my emotions. So the battle was to get control over those emotions and get that word in place of that emotion.
Yep.
Because I will say, and I don't know about you, I didn't do a whole lot of crying and oh my God. That I never
Not
did.
that moment.
I'm not saying I didn't ever cry. But what I'm saying is I didn't get into oh my God, my mom.
Yeah.
No. Like I was like, okay, Holy Ghost,
Yeah.
let's get in here. It's a fight, okay? Now let's be clear. Even though she hadn't gone, it was still an issue of she may be here but be brain dead. She may be here but not have full mental capacity. So even though the fact
able
that
to
you
talk,
still,
read, right?
yeah, and so there was still, and they were like, she's not because she had been without oxygen too long. So they're like, the chances are we may still have her, but she ain't gonna be here like that.
And Dad had to give her CPR.
Dad had to do CPR.
Kept pressing on her chest until the EMS got there.
And they had to do the defibrillator six
times.
First time didn't work. Second time didn't work. Third time didn't work. Fourth time didn't work. Fifth time didn't work. 6 times, and finally they got a pulse.
And they usually only do it 5 times.
They only do it 5 times, and after they did it, they were like, the EMTs told my dad, she's not gonna make it. They were very clear to her. I'm like,
Even after they got a pulse.
she's not gonna make it. She had been without oxygen too long. I mean, all the odds were
And if
against
she
her.
didn't make it, what would be going on with her brain?
Right, so it's like, okay,
So-
she made a live, but she's gonna be brain dead.
So we had to really get in there and believe God, not just for life, but long, strong, healthy life.
Yeah.
And we had to, when we started speaking to her brain,
Yes.
we started asking God for a new brain and a new heart.
Yes.
Now this is where covenant relationships are so important. And I just pray that with you hearing this, if you're not in a good church home,
Oh my God.
believe to get in a good Bible teaching church. Because those spiritual covenant relationships, I know without a shadow of a doubt, impacted.
I guarantee you. We sent text calls
to
to
like
prayer words.
Immediately to the prayer words.
And so it's important who you tell. We weren't telling people, so I was very mindful. We weren't just telling people for the sake of telling people. We knew we had to have prayer
that we get in agreement.
That we're not gonna feed emotional, like, oh baby, I'm so sorry. No, these people were like, I got you. We got it in the word. We got this. She got this. She's the miracles that happen.
New brain, new heart. Period in Jesus' name. And then we were really believing for it to happen now because sometimes people are in that state because, mind you, she was on a whole life support.
Yeah, she's on life support.
She wasn't conscious at all.
Yeah.
So it was really like new brain, new heart. And I remember, and I have to give it to our children because I was in Texas, you were in Baltimore. Brooklyn, our oldest daughter, Brittany, our middle daughter, Benjamin, our son, they ran right to the hospital. Our cousin Burnell, I mean, they were on it.
They were on it. And so also, we were very clear. We told Dad, because he called me, I said, Dad, stop.
Yes.
I said, stop it, Dad. I get it. This was traumatic. I get it. But right now, we got to walk by faith and not by sight. So it's important that you set the atmosphere. Of prayer, of worship, of faith. Even though everything else was telling us not to. One thing about it that I told you, and we talked about it with each other, we're so proud of each other because we didn't get into that. This is our mother. So you get what I'm saying? Yeah, we got nothing but like we love our mother. Who does, it's our mother. But we had to understand.
She's 75.
What the word of God said. And so we shifted. And I said, I'm not letting my emotions. And so we made sure not only us, but Dad, we talked to our cousin Burnell, our children. I said, you all get in faith
my mom's siblings.
Now. We said it, and we were even consoling other family members who were crying because we said, no, baby, now it's about faith. And so that's really, at the end of the day, why we're doing this, to understand that we had peace.
We did. We
had every reason to be running around crazy and depressed and crying. And, they told Dad that she's not going to make it. He told us, we were like,
we're not receiving it.
We didn't receive
it.
Everybody was in agreement.
Everybody was in agreement, speaking life.
So you can't, if you have a situation, you got to be mindful. If you know people don't know how to pray, and you know they are faith warriors, baby, don't tell them right now, baby, because right now it's
wait till you build yourself up. Wait till you build yourself up. Like, everybody got in faith. And so we just wanted to do this video to encourage you. First of all, if you haven't received Jesus as your Lord and Savior today,
it's not a game, man. So just the bottom line is, if you don't know Jesus, you need to get to know him. It's not a game. A, B, the word talks about walking by faith and not by sight. So when that tough situation, and the tough situation is going to come.
Pressure will come. And you know what I love? Dad was saying, this is so stressful. And Mom said, it wasn't for me. I don't remember anything. I'm just glad to be alive. I mean, she's so full of joy. And she's so happy about life and so grateful. And I think that's what blesses me, is that she's not whining. She's not like, oh, what happened?
And none of us were. I'm telling you, I don't care what comes your way. You can look at it like, you know what? God's got this. But we love you guys. I hope this was inspiring to you, to help you to keep that faith walk. God's got you. We just got to activate the faith and the word that God has already given us. We love you. God bless you.